Welcome to Beyond the Racing Line, the Formula One podcast by fans. Are we still fans? Yes, I guess we're still fans. It has been a turbulent last couple of weeks. We didn't get in for an episode last week because I was very unwell. But I recovered, and then we got into the last race, and I feel very unwell again because there's been crimes committed, and they're all confusing. They're taking a lot to work our way through as good Oscar fans, but good fans of Formula One too. And I think there's going to be a bit of a debrief session. I think that's going to be what it is. We've got a championship on our hands. It's probably not quite the way we wanted it, but to unpack all the things Formula One, Tristan, hello mate.
Hello mates, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to you. Welcome back to everyone.
Welcome back to everyone. Yeah.
Welcome back to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. What's news? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm better, thank you.
Oh, that's
I
good.
am better.
Oh, that's
I
good.
was in a world of pain.
Yes.
We went and did our racing, didn't we?
We were worried about you and
We did.
world of pain that you're in.
We went and did our racing.
Yeah, we did.
And then when we got home from that, I went downhill real quick. I don't know if it was food poisoning or gastro or what it was, but
I think you're just getting
it wasn't pretty.
I think you're just getting
That
old,
is-
mate, to be
that
honest.
is for sure.
I can't put my finger on anything else other
Yep.
than the fact that your age is deteriorating.
Rapidly. Aging beautifully, like a fine wine.
Actually,
Shane's with us as well. Hello, Shane.
Hello, how are you?
Ooh, you're very quiet there.
I'm
because
quite.
look,
Sorry.
totally not using the equipment correctly in any way, shape or form.
You got to speak.
Well, I'm on
Oh,
a funny
Jesus.
chair tonight, so I don't have to sit right up.
No, you can.
You can sit
You need to
properly.
be
You can
speaking.
sit
I'm
properly.
only short.
I can't believe we're going to have to do this microphone conversation while on air, but you
Sorry.
speak into this part, the bottom part.
Into the logo.
Yes.
where it
You
says
don't
it?
need it.
Oh my.
Damn.
Oh.
There. Oh, listen
Oh,
to
boy.
the tones
Oh,
now.
boy.
But you can move it around.
Oh, thank
so
you.
you can see
I might
things.
start singing soon. We have been doing last Christmas at school, so
That's it.
Wowee.
I think you were sick, Roger, from all the winners' piss you drank after winning.
It was a fine victory on our
Yes.
behalf, wasn't it?
Not too bad.
Where'd you finish the race, Tristan?
Sixth.
Sixth.
Which
I was
is a
alright.
very
And
good
you-
effort. That
it
is
was
a very
we
good effort.
were very well at
I
one
know you were
stage.
excited. That was my favourite thing, was your excitement.
At one
for-
stage, we were working out how to get you into fifth position, and it was going to require cutting
No,
some.
the third position.
Third,
we were
but
working.
third.
It was two, yeah, it was two,
Was
yeah,
third.
yeah, podium, yeah, and it was going to require not giving kids what they needed as part of it, and that's not what we're about either. We're not just about winning in that, but it is certainly good fun. And yeah, Shane and I had a good, solid victory, didn't we, Shane?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
No,
Yeah.
Very happy.
which is good. I'm happy with the amount of paint that is off your beautiful
Oh, that's
vehicles.
devastating.
That made me feel better. When I watched you win. I
What's
was
that?
like,
Oh, the amount of paint off
yeah,
the truck.
just made me feel better.
It did last two corners.
I've got a perfect saying for it all. We like to have show trucks at the start because they look beautiful, didn't they, Tristan?
Yeah, they didn't look beautiful.
We like to have show
did they?
trucks at the start, but when it gets time to race, they're race trucks.
Well, I tell you what, there's plenty of photos of both of ours. Actually, I thought we both got featured pretty heavily in
we
all
did.
the socials and all the
Yes,
photos.
yes.
And I actually have a really good photo of both of ours together, which I found.
Oh, you have to send it to
I
me.
know. I was
like
flat.
it.
I was flat. Yours is in front of mine because I thought, oh,
It's always in front.
it'd be nice if mine was in front of that. And I could tell you it was. It's not. I can Photoshop it around the other way. That's not hard to do. But yes, it was good. They do look good.
We missed an episode.
We did.
With being ill.
Yeah.
Any words you want to say about
The double DNF.
the Las Vegas race? I mean, are you a fan of the Las Vegas race? Let's start there because we'll get into the race details soon.
I mean,
do you like it?
I need to give it more time to grow on me, just in general. But I thought the wet weather, we've never seen in the wet before, and I thought, it's given me a little bit of extra something. Do you want to say anything about the DNF? I will.
Not yet. We'll do that bit in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the race part in a minute.
Okay,
Just in general.
just
Do
in
you
general.
like the
was
Vegas race weekend?
It was all right. Like, if you got the calendar tomorrow and Vegas was off it, how upset would you be?
Yeah, not
So
Yeah.
overly.
it's fine. It's
It's
fine.
a stocking filler.
It's just It is
Coming into Christmas.
It is a stocking filler. It is the equivalent of coloured pencils.
Yep. Quickly, did you see the post-race stuff?
I did.
Did
Yes,
you see Mickey Mouse doing some dance moves in front of the fountain while they moved
I
people
did,
around?
which was pre-recorded. the night before.
Was it?
Yes, so it wasn't live at all, which is one thing I picked up on socials. So none of that post was live.
God.
So all of that was pre-recorded because I saw on Instagram a lady who was at the Bellagio that night while watching the race from her hotel room, and she posted a live video, which she put a reel up, of her watching the race of Mickey Mouse and then going back and panning down to the actual fountain at the Bellagio, wondering why he wasn't there. Because she's like, oh my God, I can see it from my hotel room, not there. So it was filmed the night before. Do I love it? Nah, no. Is it necessary?
What's that?
Like that kind of spectacle? I'm going to say not really, because like what kid was up watching that?
Yeah, I couldn't agree. And it wasn't interesting enough for my kids to be hooked on. My kids are the target age for Mickey Mouse.
Absolutely.
I've got a 9 and a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And I said, come down and have a look at this. And they go, oh, yeah. Oh, look at the fountain. Could we go and look at that fountain one day, Dad? And I was like, yep. And then they left before it was finished.
And see, we were marketed, 6 months ago, like Disney times Formula One. And we're like, ooh, what's this going to be? Yeah. It's going to be merch. It's not really anything.
Not yet. I think it's actually next year. But
anyway, it was, I don't know. Ugh.
Yeah, feel the same.
One of my favourite things.
Shane, I think, is it?
Yeah.
It's about the same.
It's just there, hit and miss.
Yep.
I think the Vegas podium just needs to be really reeled right in.
Or just work something else out.
Because it's just... It's
a waste of time.
It's just ridiculous. It's gone...
It was a cool car.
It was a cool car, but it's just gone to ridiculous lengths now.
Well, it just takes too long for something that's not that impressive.
No, absolutely not. Like, I get that you've got your merch and you've got your Lego cars, and I dig that. I thought the Cadillac was cool, and I love Max's sunnies they're all wearing, but... You know, we're trekking them off to somewhere else, and we're doing an interview here, and then we're trekking them off to this location.
For the purpose of...
For nothing.
A show-off.
Just showing off, look at what I've got.
No one's really impressed with.
That no one wants to see. So it needs to be reined right back in for next year. Like, just be normal. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Let's move to this week.
Yep.
Qatar. What are your thoughts on the Qatar Grand Prix, the track?
Yeah, I like it. I like the sail. It's good.
You like it?
I do like the sail. It's good. It's fast. It's flowing.
Overtaking a little limited?
Yeah. I was probably shocked at how little amount of overtaking we got this time round, because in past we've had, I don't know, I'd probably say an on par, like a mid-range sort of.
No, I thought Lewis was whinging about...
Lewis talked about the DRS and that they needed to extend it.
Because last year there wasn't much.
I don't think we have had lots of overtaking here. I think that's the knock on. It's a pretty, like... I feel like maybe I said this last year too, because once again, it's a stocking filler. It's not an iconic track by any stretch of the imagination. No. And so you don't always remember it, and if the championship's over by the time you get there, it's even less interesting.
Yes.
But it was pretty.
I love that it's under lights.
It's pretty, and like when that sun's coming down, it's an amazing joint in terms of how that looks. The drivers love it. You just like being in the middle of nowhere. Surely you can just fix a few corners to turn some overtaking.
I think the thing that really stands out for me is like you've got such fan heavy tracks. And I think of somewhere like Hungary. Like they're just such fan heavy. We're on the grass. We're climbing trees. We're doing whatever we can. Like, you know, we're having a drink and we're enjoying it. The sun's out. It's awesome, right? And then you go to places like Melbourne too. Like how many people are climbing on shoulders and blocks, and you know we're standing on bins and stuff like that. They're real fan heavy tracks. But then you go to Qatar. And while some of those tracks are great, like I love Jeddah. Jeddah's probably an outlier because I adore everything about Jeddah. But then it's just so corporate.
It's
and
fast.
It's cold and it's fast. But you know, there's room for more grandstands. But then I think to myself, is anyone going to fill them? Like that kind of stuff? I don't know.
For years, I've talked about ever since. Well, I mean, first started coming here because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was a motorcycle track, but they've talked about opening up a track in the city.
Yeah.
And even in a stadium complex in the city, and have some indoor parts of the track. I mean, really cool. They've talked about it. I haven't seen anything in the works yet, but it's got some work to do.
We just need a bit of life, just a bit of personality in these, like you get with
It's the same as
those ones
same
that
as
we
next week's,
mentioned.
though, isn't it? Like it's such a dull. I mean, I'm not going to get you started on that.
No,
but
no, I
it's
don't.
such a dull into the season in
It's
terms
too
of.
early.
It's a cool track. I actually like it.
No.
Just not for the last track of the year. Not for the last track of the year.
Not for
Yeah.
the last track.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend at work today, and he's like, "Are you excited about Abu Dhabi?" I was like, "No, I'm not, because I hate everything
Yeah, 'cause
about it.
my name's Deb, and I'm a downer.
It sucks. It's so
You're just thinking back to
It's
2010, no?
I've got my social media posts of where we should finish the season ready to go.
We've got
Friday.
We've got all sorts of goodies happening tonight.
We have.
But before we get into all our typical goodies, I've actually got an opening question. We haven't had one for a little while. Kingsley's been hammering for one, so
Yeah.
we've got a goodie too. Okay, so the best with the big finale week of racing in your own worlds of HPV racing upon you, and certain hosts of the podcast coming home with the chocolates in some dominant form. I appreciate those words. So far,
have you written it?
I like this so far. Kingsley, you're doing very well. What do you own, though? This is where it comes in. What do you own personal pre-race superstitions or rituals that you simply must do on race day in order to get race face on and feel like you're ready to go? Some of the good ones in time. So he's given some examples of some good ones in time would be Steve Waugh wearing the same baggy green.
Yeah.
There's been some people that have certain jock
I was
colours.
going to say, who's got red jocks? Is it Steve Smith that has red jocks?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yep. Kingsley's is he wears a bandana when he rides a mountain bike underneath his helmet, so he's always worn a bandana, and unless he's got it on, he just does not feel like he's in the groove for riding a mountain bike. Good question. When you're at a race, have you developed any pre-race routines?
No, generally just like to get everyone and just like a bit of a fist bump, bit of a high five, like let's go.
Mhm.
Like just get like, hey,
Switch on.
it's business time.
Mhm.
Like, and I feel like if I'm serious,
Yep.
then they'll be serious.
Yep.
We're doing that too.
Yep.
I know I was on the second row for the first time, so didn't really know what to do. I was just enjoying being up there.
It was beautiful.
And then your comment that was like, when you say something about getting altitude sickness,
Yeah,
something
I
like
think,
that.
yeah,
That was funny. That was funny.
Altitude
Good.
sickness
I
being so
liked
high
it.
on the
That
grid.
made
Yeah.
me feel good. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just enjoying it more than anything. It just made me feel good. But
Yeah.
yeah, just doing that. Just
Do you get very nervous at the start of a race?
no.
I used to
No.
get horribly nervous
No,
at the
I
start of the
don't.
race to the point where I would have to move myself away from everybody because I
Yeah.
didn't want to relay that onto everybody else. And so I'd usually go down and watch the first corner
Yep.
all by myself, hidden away amongst the crowd. And then once I'd seen the first few laps, then I could go and relax in the pits. But I've got away from that now. I think as experience comes,
Yeah.
you just leave the kids to it.
I
They
feel
know what
like
they're doing.
if I do anything competitive, like if I can sort of portray that, like I'm ready, like
Yep.
trust you guys. So I like to say like the first one that like I trust you. You know what to do.
Yep. What about you, Shane? You got anything?
You take a towel to the start.
Take a towel to the start. Well, yeah, we've had a kid get really nervous before and throw up in the trike at the start line before.
With 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go. Shane was on duty. Yeah, but no. Do you like in terms of you've performed in sport at high levels? Did you ever have any superstitions or anything that you needed to do to make sure you were ready to go? Something you'd always do? Was there a meal or something?
Macca's.
Really?
No, I don't.
You've competed around the world in sport.
Roger,
I know you don't want to talk
going
about it,
there.
but what about the fact that was there anything that you'd have to do?
No, just get there on time.
Are you more nervous when your kids are now performing at a high level in sport? Is there anything you do? Do you get more nervous watching them compared to when you used to ride and swim and
Absolutely. Yep, watching the kids is stressful.
way worse? Yeah.
Way
What's it? One of your kids rides road, and
both ride road,
and
one does track.
track as well, which is more nerve wracking.
Track, possibly because you're seeing every single moment and they're so close, and yeah, you see some sketchy moves, and yeah, you sit there with your heart in your mouth. Road,
Because
is
you'd be
nervous.
riding every part, but whereas with road, you don't see them.
No,
for
but you
most
know
of it.
if they've got some huge mountain to come down in the wet, it's
Yep.
just like, yeah. And I have watched my daughter fall off
Yeah.
numerous times, which
Yep.
is not fun,
No.
especially
no.
when you're on the other side of the world.
Yeah. No, I always find it like incredibly intriguing, that sort of element of things. Like you hear that a lot, that when you're involved, you're cool, calm and collected. When your kid's involved and you're removed from all control, it's so much harder. Fortunately, under 10s basketball hasn't caused me any of those stresses yet. Just making sure he's shooting at the right goals
Give
is
it-
the most important thing for us half the time.
That's nice. I like
Yep.
it. Just a big thumbs up on the side.
Yes, well done. They're the right goals.
Go team!
Yes.
That's it.
Yep. Anyway, good question. Thank you very much, Kingsley. I didn't get a race ranking from you for the Qatar.
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 Oh, geez, it's an emotional one. That one, isn't it? I'm going to say it's still going to go with 8.
Yeah, I'm
still go with
comfortable with
8.
8. It was a good
Yeah.
race to watch.
Yep.
It wasn't the result we wanted, but it was a good race to watch.
It wasn't the result we wanted, but it's the next best result that I'm very happy. It's the replacement result that makes me feel good as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Shane?
I'll go an 8. I wouldn't have given an 8 if I wasn't invested in the result happening.
Yeah.
If I was just there as a, fan.
Bystander.
Bystander.
Yep.
I would have probably said about 5. But no, because you're sitting there hoping that
Well, that's
Oscar
true.
could come back
Yeah.
and you're watching the lap.
This is
splits
true.
and things.
Yeah, I actually thought maybe it reduced my score, but maybe it did improve my score. Talking about the race, so if Las Vegas, let's quickly hit Las Vegas because we didn't get there.
Yeah.
McLaren got a double DNF for skid blocks.
Was it like
everyone's across it. They've seen it all. Rules are rules. How embarrassing, though. Is that pretty much that sums up the most?
I think it's probably a little bit of a nervous move if they're running it that low to the ground and just having an eye on Max. And I think it probably forced their hand, to be quite honest, to drop the ride height that low. And I don't know. It's funny to see how we had a double DNF, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but we saw that we had double DNF. We've probably had to lift it a little bit this week, and then suddenly it's not really working for Lando, is it? Like, the car's not really coming together for him, and it's coming together for Oscar. So
It wasn't too far off for him, though, this weekend.
No, at no stage across the weekend, at no stage, I've had
Was
a
he
look at
faster?
that, at no
Yeah.
stage was he faster than
Yeah,
either
yeah.
of them in any sector of that track. On
I guess
any
he
lap.
had been quite a bit faster, hadn't he?
Dramatically faster. And he came out a while ago and said, I'm not really getting what I want out of the car.
So what are you suggesting, that they've been riding him too low for a long time?
Maybe. Maybe they have. Maybe they have been running that low. And maybe, it was found out in the night track and then they got randomly selected for the first time and, suddenly we're both disqualified. And then we come to Qatar and, how do you drive worse when you have more grip? That doesn't make sense to me. It's a high grip, high deg track.
I don't know that it's necessarily him driving worse. I think it's
I know,
Oscar driving much
but the
better.
the mechanical setup of that car, if you're giving more grip to that chassis, then because both should be doing well, and then one wasn't, and we're back to where we were with Oscar dominated, and it was an absolute pantsing. It was back to early season where we were just relentless.
It was so. Let's get on to Qatar. Do you got anything to mention about Vegas, Shane?
No, not really.
Nah, we're happy to move on. Qatar, it was so nice in terms of, from Oscar fans, to see Oscar come alive again, because the risk of getting through the rest of the season, I'd been expecting him to come alive.
Yep.
I'd been saying it on here, and this must be it. He's been great at learning these lessons throughout the season so far.
Yep.
And it just wasn't coming. And so I'd stopped actually thinking it. And I was like, maybe we're not going to see him. And lo and behold, all the right things were in place. The high grip circuit, which he really loves, the fast flowing corners, which he really loves. All those things were in place. And lo and behold, all of a sudden he's back on top. He's confident and he is absolutely dominant, other than the fact that they can't get a strategy call right. But it was nice just to see that before the season was out, because I would have been really annoyed if we had got through the season and his season had been diminished by his last third of the season because of the way it had gone. So it was nice to see him back on top, Shane.
And it was almost like, if they hadn't have got that call wrong, it would have been a Grand Slam. And it would have been an absolute supersonic Grand Slam.
Yep.
So I think he led every set, he pole in the sprint, won the
topped
sprint.
every session.
I'm not sure about the fastest lap in the sprint, but it was just an amazing weekend for him.
I think Antonelli had fastest lap in the sprint off the top of my head.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so that alone was nice. I think that's part of why you're so. I mean, he's obviously despondent for a lot of things, but a race win's a race win. Like, they took a race win off him. And particularly for someone like Oscar, who hasn't got that many in his career so far, like, he's still building upon them. taking a race win off somebody in that fashion is so crap. And I mean, he's had 3 taken off him this season. He's had that one taken off him. He had Silverstone taken off him.
Yep.
And Monza taken off him. Like, it was just Monza? Was it Monza? No, it wasn't Monza.
Yeah, Monza had to swap.
Monza was a swap, but that wasn't for a win, though.
No, it wasn't. That was for a win. Yeah. And so, but like, I reckon he had another one sort of removed from him. So
you could argue Australia when he was told to hold position.
Yeah. But like, that's 3 race wins that, like we say, like race wins don't just come along. So, but anyway, it was good to see him back on top and being so dominant and so confident, and the Oscar of old, because you don't just lose your ability to drive that way. Something went missing there for a long time. There was a long period of unusual tracks there, but when we did expect him to improve, it just didn't quite come. Mind you, he did talk about a few bits and pieces that in the last couple of races he actually had this pace, but there was a few other reasons why things weren't going his way.
It wasn't allowed.
Yeah, well, there was
the setup.
There was some setup issues, and there were a few little bits and pieces through qualifying. He didn't quite nail parts through qualifying, but the rest of the pace he was quite comfortable with where he got back to. And so it wasn't such a surprise to him, but it was a nice little surprise for us to see him back up there. Not necessarily a surprise, but a bit of a relief to us, I guess. Norris, on the other hand, he went back to his old ways a little bit, didn't he? When things weren't going his way early in the season, it felt like he was pushing too hard and making little mistakes throughout the race. And we saw just little hints of those start to creep in again for Norris. Qualifying even, he dropped the lap and put pressure on his next lap. He skidded across the apexes a couple of times. So
he did it in a couple of the qualifying sessions. He mucked up where he was meant to be on the lap.
So it was. I don't know if it's pressure getting to him. We always thought that pressure wasn't getting to Oscar, and I think maybe it was. Maybe this is a little sign of some pressure getting to him. This is a race where he could have wrapped up the championship. And unfortunately, he didn't achieve that. So
I think his move in Vegas to go back there, I think that showed that his experience with Max 12 months ago is certainly a bit of a factor at the moment, because the sudden focus on Max into Turn 1, which has been nowhere all year, and then to pull that real audacious dive and almost half attempt to push wide, and then he goes off and runs off. And then suddenly now we're back here and we're not really as Oscar-focused as what we are. But we've had the experience with Max. We know how Max goes racing. He couldn't compete with that last year. And I think that would have to be weighing on his mind suddenly, because he knows that's a battle that he's less likely to win than one against Oscar. Like, he would feel that he would have the confidence to beat Oscar in a head-to-head for the title.
Yep.
But when it comes to Max, it's a whole different game. And he's been there before and lost. So I think that's, you'd be silly to think that that's not
playing on his mind
in some way. Like, I mean, we're all human.
He's been pretty superb in terms of the second half of this season. First half he was pretty good at moments too. But
he's lost 42 points for his own DNFs and Canada and the engine failure and stuff like that. So he's had his fair share as well.
Yep, absolutely, and has had a great season as well. But we've just sort of started to see it wasn't anything dramatic. He was only off by a couple of tenths in terms of his qualifying pace. He didn't quite look as strong as Oscar, but he still had plenty going for him, that's for sure. And it was by any stretch of imagination wasn't a terrible weekend. It was his chance to win the championship. It didn't go to plan, but you know what? Maybe it did go to plan, because he's still only got to finish third to wrap it up. I mean, that's a calculated championship-winning move to not panic in that moment. And he didn't try any silly moves. I mean, he didn't try anything crazy on Antonelli. He didn't try anything crazy on a few other drivers, because he knows there's more at stake than that. If a DNF, he's losing that championship lead. And so, it was, in a way, it was a calculated race, and maybe he couldn't run quite as aggressive as he'd like to because of those reasons. And hey, good on him for going down that path as well. Let's talk about McLaren's strategy move. We got 7 laps into the race because we saw Hulkenberg spin for a real pathetic reason. It was
He got tapped. He got
no, sorry, not on Hulkenberg, but
Yeah.
like it was a sort of a bit of a pathetic like coming together, wasn't it, of the two cars?
Yeah.
Spun him around, and then at lap 7, it was the perfect lap for everybody because Pirelli have brought tyres once again
25 laps.
that can only last for 25 laps around a racetrack, and so it means that if you pit now, you can go 25 laps and 25 laps to finish the race with a 57-lap race. Perfect opportunity. It all came in the right time too because Oscar was coming around. It was in the right time for Oscar to come around to the start-finish line, and lo and behold, I nearly lost it. When they came through and they did not pit, I straight away could not fathom the reason behind that. It was mind-blowing that they didn't take the pit stop straight away because it was the perfect opportunity. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's the exact amount of laps that you must run on that tyre, so you don't have to worry about saving or, pushing too hard. Like, you must run it at 25. You have to stop twice. There was exactly 2 blocks of 25.
It would have been nicer if it was 10 laps in.
If it was lap 6, yes, fair enough. It's that awkward. Hang on, we're a lap short.
We
here.
can't do
What
this.
do we do?
Yep.
We've all got to go one more. Lap later, yep, fair enough. That makes perfect sense. We're in. Everyone's in.
Yep.
But to have the exact lap with the exact remaining that you needed by the required compound requirements and not pull the trigger, and I'm not really buying this whole we want flexibility because they tried to control things that were absolutely out of their control. We were looking for a safety car.
They had no
We were
control.
looking for tyre offset, which on a high deg track that you have a tyre restriction on.
Well, it's actually a low deg track,
Yes,
but they
but
had restrictions on it
That's
because of damage.
and that's right, and the gravel and the deg that the gravel causes. So you're not going to have a tyre offset because you can't push or save or extend to gain that tyre offset. None of it made any sense to me at all whatsoever, and it was just a horror show of a mistake. Not thinking that everyone wasn't going to come in was also ridiculous too. Like, how can you not prepare for that?
and especially, I mean, Lando, you would have thought would have just followed Max in,
Absolutely,
and they
just try and beat him on raw pace.
If he had of, oh my God, we would have lost it then.
Absolutely.
Burn
That would have been
McLaren
worse.
down,
it would have been worse. I don't know. It was
Did we
just
apportion
bizarre.
some blame to the drivers for not being?
As Oscar said, he goes, that's not my job. My job, like, they've got the information at hand. I have to trust my team. I mean, we do see drivers like Sainz, and we see drivers like Alonso and Lewis and Charles be quite vocal in some of these things, but this moment shouldn't be on them because, I mean, they are coming around with half a lap to go. They have to trust that the people are hired in strategy, all those hundreds of people who are hired in strategy in all those teams are going to get it right. And the fact that every other team got it right cannot be down to the drivers.
And it's not like they're the Merc of 2016, 2017, where you can do whatever you want and you're 2 seconds a lap faster, so it doesn't matter where or when you pit or how you go about it, you are going to blast
that
past.
shouldn't be the attitude.
No, I know,
should
but I
have.
feel like that is the attitude they brought. We're quick enough. This is not the Mercedes of 8 years ago. This chassis does not do that.
All right, so why have they done it then? Go on, tell me why they've done it.
Because of this ridiculous way that we go racing, where everything has got to be fair for everyone and everyone has to have a go, and this is the knock-on effect of it.
See, for me, this is not fair.
No, it's not in the end.
Like, this is even racing. I don't like McLaren have lost sight of what's fair. Fair is the driver who's in front gets preference on strategy.
Yep.
And if that means that he pits and that the second driver's going to have to double stack, well, that's on the second driver for not getting the first corner right or for not qualifying properly. That's fair. This is what they call even racing, where if there's a possibility that one driver's going to be affected, then we're not going to bring him in. But mind you, if that was Norris in front and Oscar had to double stack, how quick do you reckon they would have had Norris in that pit lane?
Absolutely.
Very quickly. Because they could have double stacked very easily.
They could have double stacked. I mean, the problem with double stacking...
4 seconds or something anyway.
The problem with double stacking was they were going to struggle to get Norris back out into the pit lane because there was going to be traffic. However, everybody was going to be in that situation.
Yeah.
The problem is they were going to have to get him out as quick as possible to try and jump Max. But I mean, it would have given him a chance to jump Max.
But if Oscar was in P3, he probably wouldn't have worried about it.
No.
He just would have said, that's racing.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
actually, if Oscar was in peak, when I watched the highlights again,
Yep.
you look at that second stint and they pitted earlier to try to have a few more laps. Now, can you imagine if Oscar was in at second at the time, do you reckon that they would have made Oscar just slow down Max down so that Lando could have got it? They actually could have done it with Oscar. They could have actually got Lando to stay out four more laps.
Yep, to slow him down a bit.
And slow him down, and then Oscar could have had a shot to win.
Yep.
The interview that Zach Brown and Andrea Stella gave to Sky a couple of weeks ago, right, where they sat back and they said, at the end of the year, if we get beaten, we'll, paraphrasing here, we'll go to bed and we'll sleep easy because we know that we've done the right thing by our drivers. And I tell you what, if you're a McLaren stakeholder right now, or you're a title sponsor, and you drop this, which by the way they're going to, if you drop this, do you think that the stakeholders and the title sponsors are going to sit there and go, oh, you know what, I'm absolutely okay with the fact that you didn't deliver us a world champion driver because everyone got a bit of a fair go? Like, you can't tell me that.
No.
You can't tell me that. You cannot tell me that Stella and Brown are going to sit there on Sunday afternoon and not seriously consider a team order to bring this home. They're not going to sit on that pit wall and go, we're just going to make it fair for everyone.
Yeah, if Oscar's in third and Norris is in fourth, they're not going to swap those positions over.
Name me another team principal up and down that grid,
but it's just
that would sit there and go, I'm not doing this. Even James Vowles said, no way, I would split that strategy.
The problem is they've lost sight of what's fair. This isn't fair racing. This is ridiculous racing.
Yeah, we say
fair racing is you let the person who's leading take the strategy. Yeah. It worked for Mercedes. It works for everyone else. This business of trying to be fair just hasn't worked for them.
I've not enjoyed it all year, and it's not working, and it's not. They sit there and but we're racers, we go racing. This is not how you go racing.
No, that ain't racing.
This is how my 4-year-old goes racing. Everyone gets a go.
As an Oscar fan, I can't wait to be leave because I've never trusted Zach Brown, and a few people would come out like that, and Anyway,
see, I'm not as critical. I'm not as critical as the other bits and pieces. However, this one I was very critical on because I think it's just.
I just think the way that it was just another example of the way for me they've gone about it this year. It is just not. It is not how elite sport should operate.
No.
Like, it's really not.
Yep.
It's really not.
Yep.
Lando's not going to leave. If Lando doesn't take that trophy with him on Sunday, he's not going to get on his plane and go, oh, well, at least we were all fair.
If Lando does get the trophy, there is also a little bit of it's been an embarrassing season for them.
Yeah.
Like, they've been in. Stella has had a really great reputation through this. Zach's had a really great reputation through his revival of McLaren. Like, it's been to bring McLaren back from the ashes has been a work of art from Zach Brown. This season, though, has been a bit embarrassing for them, and it should be their absolute crowning glory. It needs to be a little bit of a lesson for them. I'm not quite as critical across the whole season, but this business has just gotten out of hand, and the Formula One world is laughing at them. All the other teams are laughing at them. All the other team principals, I know it's in their interest to do this, to put pressure on. They're laughing at them. They're saying that Max is only saying it to unsettle the drivers. There might be an element of that, but what Max is saying is absolutely spot on. And Max, they should be listening to him. I mean, he should be a consultant to everyone in this sort of area. So, yeah. Anyway, talking about Max, let's move on to him. He actually won the race, in case you forgot.
What a man. What a man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a great race. As soon as he had that lead, he wasn't giving it up, was he? Because it's Max Verstappen.
Red Bull are just a team that has their house in order.
Not really. No.
Absolutely.
Disagree completely.
Absolutely.
They haven't won the Constructors' Championship.
104
They're
points
not going to win
8 rounds ago.
They're not going to win the Drivers' Championship, in my opinion. They might. That's to be proven. Mm-hmm. They're not a team that's got their team in order because they haven't done those two things, and they've got a driver of Max Verstappen's capabilities. However, Max Verstappen, brilliant.
They're on their way back. I mean, they've gone through the turbulence.
Do you think so?
Well, he was 100 and something points behind.
104 8 rounds ago.
But like, what? They're on their way back. What next, though? That's my big question.
Next year's a lottery, so we have
it's a bit of
idea
next for everyone, I think. Yeah,
no, but for me, like, they've turned their season around, but they've still got that problem in that second car so badly that's cost them championships. They've got a driver of Max Verstappen's capabilities.
So were you saying that they changed the design of the car not to suit Max? But
Absolutely. To suit the
second
team so they can
person.
win a championship.
And then what happens if he'll be able to drive it?
Exactly. And that's it. He will be able to drive it.
Sunday is about to become Yuki Tsunoda's most
he's going to do the
celebrated.
Perez. He's going to do the Perez.
The most celebrated and most iconic Yuki Tsunoda round that ever existed or ever will exist, because he is about to pop up, for me, he is about to pop up and just do something ridiculous, and he's going to start on the hards, he's going to hang out there, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be our Perez 2.0.
There you go.
This is about to be his moment.
And they haven't announced.
He'll be shown the door. He'll be shown the door 2 hours later. But this is his world championship moment. And I tell you what, if there's going to be a bigger roadblock around Abu Dhabi, it's going to be him.
Do you think that hasn't been told that he's not got a job next year, and they're actually hanging a carrot there and going,
they will.
If you can hold him up, you might have the drive.
If you hold him up,
year.
we'll hang on to you. Absolutely.
Moving into Yuki, he finished 10th in the sprint race, though.
He's actually right.
He was a fifth. Is that a pass?
Absolutely it is. Tick, tick.
I would say
Tick.
a pass. His qualifying wasn't good, but he... he did well in the sprint race. He out-qualified Max.
His teammate won.
His teammate won, yes, but he...
It's a pass. You've asked it. Points as a pass.
Start? You got points, yeah.
Points as a pass. I've been rock solid on that all year.
Massive cross.
Points as a pass.
No, but the fact that he showed some signs at sprint race, I was like, I might have to give him a pass here.
He'll be driver of the day on Sunday.
And then all of a sudden...
He got points from 16th, because, yes, I know he's obviously stuffed it up and he went off his nut.
Yeah.
But he got points from 16th, so it's...
In a track that's tricky to pass, tricky to pass, two of those drivers spun in front of him. So, I'm not giving him any credit for it. It's still a load of rubbish. It's been an embarrassment, and you know what? I think they should hire him next year. I would honestly, I'd hire Lawson and Yuki in the Racing Bulls. That's where I'm at now, because I think they'll both be fine in Racing Bulls. I don't think they should employ a rookie that's not ready to go, because they're not ready for another rookie at the moment, that team. So, that's where I think they should be. But anyway, I'd hire him, but I'd massive fail him for the Red Bull. Next in line, Carlos Sainz in the Williams. Tristan, go and say it. Say it, Williams.
Say what he was.
Tristan Williams, Pocock.
He was terrific. He was terrific. You know, it's the other car I don't like.
They've been bloody impressive, haven't they?
That was terrific from
They
Sainz.
have been bloody impressive this year, haven't they?
That was terrific from Sainz.
And
you
for
know
Williams,
what's coming too, don't you?
What's coming?
Oh, you know what's coming.
What's coming?
Well, when you get to the 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, yeah, well, he might be able some points.
You're going to have to give him some points.
I cannot not give him any points.
What a turnaround, though. Like, let's instead of ribbing you, let's talk about him.
It's fabulous.
The first half of the season, he didn't look fast, and when he looked like he had a few little signs, he'd make a silly mistake. He continued that as he built his speed. He'd make these silly little mistakes and cost himself some results throughout the middle of the season.
Yep.
This last quarter, I wouldn't say even more than that. This last quarter, though, he's really lit it up, which this is signs of the science that we saw at
What do
Ferrari.
you reckon the odds would have been turning up in round
one?
Oh,
my God.
That Sainz has 2 podiums and Lewis has none.
And
What are they? A million to one. You'd have
my
everything
God.
you own and all your mates... Everything just that you could put your hands on.
How must Alex Albon be feeling? He was the one pulling this team along at the
tell you
start
what,
of the season.
I love that you brought that up, because
He was the one pulling this team along in the start of the season. He was bringing Williams along for the party, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, hang on, they've got something to show here. The poor bugger got all those results and hasn't got a podium, and Sainz has come at the end of the season and picked up the 2 podiums.
This is the thing that he's got to be careful of now, because this is the first time that Albon has come up against a very high-quality teammate. A very high quality in the Williams. In the Williams.
Oh, in the Williams.
Right. Sorry, yes, I know he rode for Red Bull. I hear Max is pretty good.
Yeah,
but yeah, in the Williams.
This
is the first time that he's had a high quality teammate in the Williams, and he's been in the last month. He's been shown up
In the last month.
in the last month. Yes,
Spanked him
in the last
earlier,
month.
but
yeah.
But this is suddenly now he's not.
You know, though, it's not performance. Once again, it's not performance driven.
No, I know, but
Williams managed to still continue, and this is the knock I'll have on them.
Yep.
They still continue to make a mistake wherever they can.
Absolutely.
Whenever they can. I mean, and I don't know whether it is the fact that it's the whole, we're a small team, we can't be across everything. That's why these little mistakes happen. Because you know the other small team that makes mistakes like this regularly? Haas.
Yeah, or Ferrari.
No, well,
They're not small.
No, but like I'm talking
Just stupid
weird
things.
little 10-second penalties or 5-second penalties or
Yep.
silly little things. And I just wonder, like, I was thinking about it the other day, I was like...
See, I don't see Williams as a small team.
No, but they are. They are really small. They don't,
Nowadays,
you don't
they
see
definitely
them
are.
as it, but
Yeah.
Haas and Williams are the two smallest teams on the grid, and they make these, like, Behrman is, and I don't know whether it's because he's a rookie or what,
Yeah.
but they make these funny little mistakes which cost them big time regularly. And so Albon is now in that phase of every now and then he'll make a little mistake, and he's like, "Oh man, this is what Sainz was doing early in the season." So yeah, anyway, it's very impressive. James Vowles has done an incredible job, as he said right from the get go. And the part I was really impressed with in Melbourne was this is all off picking low hanging fruit, and what he was talking about there is this is just fixing things that were already available to him in this team without improving this car in a dramatic way with a whole new redesign.
Yeah.
This is just fixing things that were already there, and so. Incredible job. I mean, it's not just him. They've obviously brought in lots of other people as well.
Yeah.
But, huge credit to them.
And
And I'm excited to see what they can actually design.
I'm
And
looking
a little
forward to
scared what they
seeing
can
what
design.
they're doing in 26.
Yeah.
Because he's talked 26 up as a big game,
Well,
so
and
I hope.
They've focused it, but
Yep.
I'm scared in a little way as well because, I mean, they are still a smaller team. They don't have as many resources, but they've been working at it for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the pressure's on.
Yeah, and I think Sainz would be sleeping a lot easier too because he would have been questioning mid-season going, geez, what am I doing here? How
have I
long
done?
am I going to be here for?
And there probably wouldn't be another team to pick him up if he
No,
had really
no,
failed. That was
absolutely.
really the end of the career.
Looking where's my exit clause, just I might need it very shortly. But now to have two podiums, like he would be sleeping easy going, yeah, actually, maybe this is all right. I hope 26 works out for him because they have talked a big game for 26. They really, really have. I think.
Probably
Yeah.
world champions.
Well, you can ask James Vance, he'd probably say that. But
You know what? They aren't. I don't think they're talking world champions. They aren't discounting pushing the top guys.
Yeah.
But mind you,
they
I
can't
don't think,
go backwards.
I don't think any team would be discounting that, really.
But what they can't be, they can't be a second last or third last team next year at all.
I agree.
They absolutely
Yeah.
cannot.
Cement where they are. They need to cement where they are.
Absolutely. Like you've got fifth, and credit to them
To hold
for
fifth
the way
is-
they've got it.
to hold fifth will be
Hold
challenging.
fifth,
That'll be
yes.
challenging.
But I think
Yep.
like that's for me where they need to be next year. But if we turn up and we get season and they're second last, third last, that's an enormous failure.
I tell you
So they
what,
can't-
if
they
there's
can't do
if there's
that.
someone I've talked up a lot,
Yes.
my man Kimi Antonelli.
Oh.
He's not even on the board, is he?
Where is he?
Last time we're on, not in Vegas, but last time we're on, I said if he can continue this form, and I gave him the little pep talk. I'll take credit for it. That's fine, boys.
No one rides bandwagons
I'm
like you.
taking credit for it. I told him he had to lift his socks up, and ever since he has lifted his socks up, I refuse to put him in the he's going to be somebody category because he hadn't proven that.
Jeez, he nearly got three podiums for three races.
2/3 of the season, he was rubbish, and he was properly rubbish. He has turned it around nicely. A little mistake at the end. That was a little mistake at the end to let Norris through. Helmut Marko decided that he's going to call him deliberately doing that, and I've never seen anyone be able to deliberately pull that off. So he's either an incredibly good stunt driver, or he just made a silly little mistake at the end of the race, and I think it was that one. But Kimi Antonelli came home in 5th, and George Russell in 6th. Talk about them, boys, while I put him into the going to be someone category.
George just had a shocker, and I feel for George, but I tell you what, watch out for George on Sunday, because he's going to have a massive say in the end result there.
It wasn't like it was a shocker. It was just that he just didn't get off the line.
He didn't get off the line. It was poor, and then he got caught, and it wasn't his weekend. He had a terrible weekend.
I think pit stops screwed him a bit, didn't it?
Yep.
Well,
He
it's
double
a bit
stacked, and then,
it's a bit of reverse sort of. Did nothing, finished what 6th.
I've got George, and I think Shane might have brought this up last time, or you might. I can't remember.
Yes,
I've got George in the second tier drivers.
Yep.
He's not quite the top tier at the moment, but God, he's close, isn't he?
He's if you've got those people that love 0.5s in scores.
Yes.
Like you could write his name
like an F1.5 or something like that.
something like that. You could write his name legitimately on the line.
Top shelf 0.5.
Yeah,
But he basically
the
beat.
bracket.
How can
He
you
beat the
be in
so-called-
between a shelf?
The shelf bracket. That's where the bracket lives.
He's like an elf on the shelf, just climbing under it.
Yes, he's climbing. He's climbing onto the top
so
shelf.
you can write him literally on the line because he's a bit of both for me. I think he's been the most underrated man this year, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I don't mind that call.
I really
don't mind
do.
that call.
You got to look at who he's had in the teammate in the last 3 years,
And
and we sit there, Lewis, who people say is the GOAT, but it's probably been beaten by so many teammates.
And he's thrown this team on his shoulder, and he would have been doing mentoring with Antonelli too. Heavily underrated for me this year.
And
really
his
gone under
sprint
the
race
radar.
for second. He was great in the sprint race.
Yep. What's he had, like 9 podiums or something like that he's had this year? 9 podiums, and the only other race winner outside of Max.
the 4.
Outside of Max and the 2 McLaren boys.
Is that right? Is that a fact?
He's the only other race winner. He's got 2.
There you go.
Incredible.
Ferrari
So,
have got onto a podium, but that's about it.
every time, every weekend, a little Shane sits on my shoulder, and the
Just
moment
real
of where
life
you
Shane
sat there,
I mean, just Shane,
you actually
just Shane.
visit. You actually visit. Good when the moment when you said like Ferrari will win this year. Every time I watch him fail, and this little Shane comes up, and he's like, "Remember that time I said Ferrari going to win?"
I
Still
thought
waiting.
Charles might win.
Still waiting for that one. Anyway,
It could happen next week.
I find it
No.
very hard to believe.
And it gets almost. I know you've got Fernando to go to then. But
Ah, the great man.
Fernando.
then how's his 360? Even my daughter saw that on the replay and went, "Oh, he's just done 360 and
Jeez,
kept going."
I
He's
was
just a showman.
ready. I was ready to rip him one for
Showman.
that. He lost a couple of positions out of that, but that actually shouldn't be understated because he was in a nice little spot
He
there.
was sitting 6th.
Ah,
he was the
yeah.
reason that the McLaren boys were actually
Was he
able to gap.
Actually, you know what? No, I don't know if he was sitting 6th.
He was.
'Cause I reckon
was it
Hadjar was
5th?
6th
Was
for
it
most of the
5th?
race.
It might have been 5th then.
I reckon he
No,
might have been
6th.
7th and worked his way back up. Maybe I don't know.
That's where he ended at 7th.
Yeah,
ended
but I
at
think he worked
7th.
his way back up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was quite high in the standings,
Yeah.
and he was
Yep.
the reason that both McLarens could take.
They're a quandary this year, aren't they?
Wow, I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're
No.
just waiting for Adrian
Yeah.
Newey to give them their.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
We'll talk about Adrian Newey in the news.
We will. We
Yep,
will.
we
We will.
won't get
Yeah.
into it just
No,
yet.
it's like when you get a new car. You're just waiting to get rid of the old one so your new one can come.
Oh,
And you know it's coming because it's on order.
Paul
That's what they're doing.
Paul Lance Stroll,
Who?
his teammate, was coming pretty much last, and he had to retire.
Oh, all right.
the man, I tell you, he's the only man who can manage to get himself a penalty while in last place. It's like you're not going that fast. You're in last. Why are you cutting the track? Anyway, so yeah, he's going. I think he's going to be a racing driver next year. He's going around again, isn't he?
Well, he's a team. Sort of.
Charles Leclerc in 8th. The Ferrari has shown signs this season just of little glimpses. And just when you think they're
that
sort of
it's
getting
red.
it together, they
They're
go and
not.
have a season like around like this. Charles was poor. Lewis was fucking terrible.
Oh, he's dropped the F.
I know.
Ah.
And my kids have started listening to this show too. Oh, I hope they haven't got this far in.
So he was eliminated in Q1 in the sprint and the race, Lewis. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's at time. Like, I mean, we've said it earlier in the year. It
Well,
hasn't.
2026, like for all these drivers, I have to keep explaining this to
I know you
to
do.
my mother mostly, but also other people. Like, is he moving? Is he moving? Everyone's staying put. 2026, they're going to find out where they sit with these new cars, who's flying. Max is first in line to drive wherever he wants to drive because anyone will hire him. And then second in line, I think, will be Oscar because anyone want to hire him with these new cars. And then everyone else will sort of work their way out from there. I think Lewis will be the same. If the car suits him, he'll hang about. I'm doubtful with you, Shane. I'm doubtful that anything's going to suit him anymore, but they are going to be quite different.
It would be different, though, if he was leading Ferrari and all this stuff, but he's getting pantsed, and he's got pants for the last 2 or 3 years.
With this generation of cars.
It's just hurting.
Yep.
I'm just worried that it's hurting, and he's never been my favourite driver, but at the same time, I think it's just hurting the legacy. Just
You
a little.
don't want the good ones to have this on the way out. But I personally want to see him have a good season before he finishes. If he doesn't, no, I don't care that much.
It is a good season. Let's say that Ferrari come out with the best car. Is it a good season, him just coming second to Charles most races? I mean, you probably would steal it in there somewhere.
No,
but
it's not a good season, but...
you don't want him to go out like he is now.
I want to see him in a battle. If he's in a battle with Charles, that's a good season. So, because I mean, I rate Charles fairly highly. Liam Lawson is. I think he's earned his spot for next year. Thoughts?
No.
Thoughts?
I actually changed and say yes now. I think he went across back to Racing Bulls and he was getting beaten, quite easily, but he's picked it up.
I've never rated him as a driver, but for next year, with what Red Bull's done to that team at the moment, he has to be there to help the development. Bring in the rookie in 2027. I think I'm quite comfortable with him there, and Yuki is his teammate. That would be where I'd be placing them.
So it gets you back to that F2 season where it looks like we're going to have another winner not get a seat. And we're up to about 3 of the last 4 champions not having a seat.
I wonder if there's a question on F2 a little bit too, though. If F1 teams aren't... Is it not providing F1 teams with something they can't say no to? Maybe they need to look at that competition. I mean, it has to be affordable. They have to be able to make it travel around the world.
You can't just keep kicking the winner out every year.
But, and that could be the other part of it.
I think
maybe the winner needs to be more proven than just one season, and that might make F2 a little bit more interesting as well.
Here's a really outside the box. Do you allow a team that's smaller with funding from F1 to run a third car that has the champion from F2 in it?
I don't know any other category that if you win...
You can't race
you
again.
get kicked out. Name me another sport where you win and then you can't come back and compete the next year.
Liverpool.
When you win. When you win. Imagine if Essendon won the premiership and then were relegated to VFL. Not that would ever happen. I'm sorry. Shouldn't say silly things.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Lando wins on Sunday and then they tap him on the shoulder. By the way, mate. McLaren might do that.
It's the top
you've
tier.
Had one, now
F2 is not even the second tier in racing categories.
I
agree. I do agree with you.
That's all you have to do. Just stop kicking.
So what are you rating the second? What are you rating the second tier then? If F2's not,
stop kicking the winner out.
It's not even close, is it?
So what's next?
What's below? What's next best? Is it Indy? Is it?
Well, we might get to see that next year with who's coming over.
Well, what's the Enduros? I don't know what else. What else would be the second tier? It's certainly not F1, F2. Well, there's way better drivers out there
than
for
F2. Open
F2.
Wheelers, you would.
There's way better categories than that. I mean, even Formula E would nearly be considered higher category than that.
What are you saying? Don't say.
I mean, F2. It's not supposed to be the next best thing.
It's meant to be
a development.
The development.
It's a development program.
You're swearing, and now you're saying Formula E's the next best category.
No, well, it's not.
What's wrong with you?
No, Indy is. Is there anything else you want to talk about? 3, 2, and 1. Thanks to all signs. You took too long. 3, 2, and 1.
Are we talking about Colapinto? You always talk.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that you haven't painted the entire shed in Colapinto colours.
What did he do?
Got a number 40.
What did he do?
Yeah, well, he finished 14th from last.
Oh,
okay. Anyway, so 3, 2, and 1. Thanks to all signs.
Started the pit lane every moment that they got. Alpine's like, well, it's it's
Could
the
you
middle of
imagine
the
they come
afternoon,
out with the best car next year and he finishes, he wins races?
No, I can't imagine it.
No.
You've said some... You think I'm saying some crazy
It'll be
things.
social media's greatest hit in the other way. You'll be like, Alpine, hey team. Hey team.
Oh, could you imagine? Anyway, 3, 2, and 1. Who's getting your 3 points? I'll start. Oscar's getting 3 points. It was a dominant performance. 2 points to Carlos Sainz. 1 point to Max, I think.
It's hard, isn't it? I mean, do you take in the sprint races and all that into it? Because then it would be Oscar. But if you're just focusing on the race, I'd be going 3 to Carlos.
Really? There you go.
Yes. 2 to Oscar, 1 to Max, even though Max won it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortuitous win.
So what'd you end up with? 3 to...
I'll go 3 to Carlos.
3 to Carlos.
3 to Carlos.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I'd give 3 to Sainz.
Whoa. To Williams.
Yep, 3 to Sainz.
3 to Williams.
3 to Sainz. 2
to Williams.
2 to Antonelli.
Yeah, I
thought he was fantastic, and
apart from the little mistake,
had his wobble, but for all intensive purposes, 4th. It was nearly at looking 3 from 3. So
can you give him 2 points though?
Yes,
for coming behind Carlos Sainz.
Well, remember that time that Sainz finished 7th and he got 3 points from Shane?
That was fine. That was fine. It was a great result. No, but seriously, like
again.
It's the only knock on it.
It's terrific.
They couldn't get ahead.
If it was Hadjar, we'd be my man Hadjar. We'd be all over that. So 2 to Kimi.
Poor Hadjar. You actually did skip over him. We've got the
Oh
picture
yes,
here.
I was going to talk about Hadjar.
Yeah.
That was a shame, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't good. He was doing
He was
quite well.
doing a great job,
He was doing good.
and
it actually
then
could have,
the
that
wing failed.
Actually, might have wrapped up 1.5.
No.
No, I don't think
No.
it can be wrapped up. I
No.
think Tristan's missed the fact
I
that
think it's going to be a 300-point
Yeah.
fastest
I
lap
might
next
do
week.
something real crazy like 3,000 points for the winner.
double points
double
final
points
round.
for
Remember that?
everybody.
No, remember we had double points
1
final
year.
round.
Yeah, yep.
Well,
just to make it more
on
exciting.
that, like you look at the new system that the V8s have brought
Oh,
in.
the final series.
Oh my gosh! So
Yuck.
here's a bloke that's won 4 races for the whole year. He's the champion,
Yuck.
and people have won 14.
Yuck.
Walking home, going,
not-
"I've got nothing."
Not our sport. Not
Oh,
our
anyway,
motorsport
sorry.
works. That's all right. I'm going to give. Yeah, I'll give one to Oscar too. Max unlucky. I could have given him half each. I thought Max was brilliant as well. So
0.5's that been around tonight.
anyway, no, I don't like halves.
Dud. Who's your dud of the day?
Who's a dud?
I mean, it's very obvious. McLaren. Let's get McLaren on the table.
Yeah, I guess so.
They've messed that up. I want to go first for this one too.
Okay, go.
Pirelli.
Oh, okay.
Pirelli had a whole season to fix the tyres so that their tyres could do what they're supposed to do in this sport. Last year, they were only allowed to run them for 18 laps because they were worried about the problems with the track.
Yep.
So, fix the track or fix the tyres. You had 12 months. You wrecked the race by not having that strategy involved.
Yep.
It's not good enough, Pirelli. Lift your game. Dud of the week.
Yep.
I'm going Zach Brown's optometrist. Because obviously Zach did not notice the 3 strategists wearing Ferrari overalls sitting next to him.
Optometrist.
So obviously this is personal.
boy.
Either that or it was like a
I
mentoring
like that.
program.
A good tradesman blames his tools.
Yes.
Something like that.
You
Yes.
got a dud?
Dud for me is just the comments by Red Bull around Antonelli. The moment that he came on.
Well, it wasn't Red Bull.
No, but just,
It was one person in Red Bull. It was
Yeah.
somebody who doesn't need to back up any of his
but
facts.
I just think it was poor, like to suggest instantly. And then the knock-on effect of that is he's copped an immense amount of online abuse in
and
the last
to the
24
point where Red
hours.
Bull had to come out and
And have a statement
apologise.
yesterday morning, and then Mercedes have come out today and said, "Hey, there's no space for this." And yeah, I just
Should F1 be demanding that Helmut Marko quit?
should we be fining? I mean, we're all good at jumping up and down
Absolutely.
on Max every time he breathes.
Absolutely.
And then
Maybe we should fine him.
Nah, we're too scared, aren't we? To do
maybe
things like that.
we should take some
like to-
some development time off them.
It doesn't grab a headline like it does when you belt Max around, does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so no, that's my that's my
Yeah, good call.
That's my dud there. I just thought it was ordinary.
Good
It's
call.
Pretty ordinary. A sneaky, just honourable mention to the grid walk because I'm just over it. I'm finished.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm finished with it.
I quite enjoyed it.
No, couldn't be more over the grid walk. I think its expiry date, like the bread in my bottom shelf.
I think
is
it's a bit like the
through.
sprint race. I've enjoyed the fact that it hasn't been there because Brundle hasn't been there.
I
I don't mind if it comes and goes a little bit.
Nah, I'm just finding the questions are it's not interesting anymore. It's not bringing anything to. I think it's time to. It's time to bury it.
I quite like. Did you delve into the alternate commentary this week?
I did actually, yes.
Just stolen it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, hero of the hour.
Go on, Shane. Hit
No,
us with the hero.
it was just by accident I've come across it the
Yep.
last 2 races, and so refreshing. Obviously, I watched qualifying. In qualifying, it was the normal Martin Brundle, Crofty, all those people, and that was just painful. After watching one race last week, Vegas, as the alternate,
Yeah.
then getting Crofty and all that in qualifying, it was like, oh my God. And then so it was great to have the alternate commentary again. So that was my hero. It was good. It was just by luck, by accident. But that was the one that popped up first in my rush to get it watched before work.
F1.5.
F1.5.
Is the championship over? Is it all done?
I think it is. I'll double check here, but I think it is.
What do you mean you
Oh,
think
my
it is? You're
glasses
supposed to
are
be
in
in
the
charge
car.
of these things.
I am in charge of
Do you want
things.
to pass it over to me? Do you want me to read it out to
My
you?
glasses.
No, maybe. F1.5 is the greatest championship in the world.
We're not sure where anyone is
Yeah,
because Tristan
maybe,
can't
nah.
see his computer.
Nah, it might be over. I think it is.
Do you want to wait until next week and announce the championship winner? We sometimes do this at the end of the season.
The
I
greatest
tell you what I'll do for those
championships.
people that really like this is the sole purpose of getting out of bed every day.
That's most people.
That's most people. I'll go through all of the runners, and then
we know who's in
hang on.
contention.
But then what I won't do is I won't give you first, second, third, or fourth. I'll leave you hanging on that. All right.
All right.
So you can go to bed not knowing. It's a bit
All
like
right.
when you read a book.
You could humour us and actually start from last and work up to fourth.
No, I'll do it in the random order that you'd like to do. And see, look, this is the thing that's annoying me
Shane's
tonight.
knocking things
Again,
over.
visual for podcasts. Look, my little screen is a whole column too long, and so I have to do that. See that? I got to do that. That's
Do you know you
annoying.
can freeze
Freeze
the
rows.
first row?
Or more than first.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Hang on, can I change the percentage here on the Zoom? No.
Hang on, you've got no glasses on.
Damn
so.
it. Maybe we'll do it next week.
Do it from my glasses here.
No, but
Just
I've
in
got to
case.
slide back
He doesn't
and
want to
forth.
scroll.
I don't want to scroll. That's annoying. Look, I'm going to have to do that. No, I'll do it because that's rude of me to do that. All right. Colapinto, 58 points. Just give me, while I'm going through, give me a pass or fail on the season. All right.
Fail.
Just in general. Just Colapinto, 58 points.
Fail, but improved.
Fail.
Has he failed worse than Yuki?
Lawson, 209. Just pass or fail.
Or fail. But I'm rehiring him.
A fail as he started as a Red Bull.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
well, yeah. Actually, no, I'll give him a pass because he started as a Red Bull driver. Red Bull screwed him over again. Yeah.
He didn't score any points. Bortoletto, 133.
Pass, I think.
Okay.
Absolute
Last
pass.
half.
Okay.
Absolute pass.
Hulkenberg, 201.
Fail. Oh, actually, no. I'll give him a pass. No, I'll give him a pass
He got
because of
his-
the team. Because of the team he's in.
Good, jeez.
Oh no, I'm not a fan of his season.
Apart from his podium. Which
Podium.
was
Podium was fine. Yeah, it was good, but
Terrific.
you don't pass a season on a podium unless you're science.
There's two of them there.
Gasly, 163.
Fail.
Okay, Shane?
Yeah, his first half was good.
Hard on him. It's on
Because
the
you had
team.
him on your whiteboard as,
Jeez, this guy's good.
yeah, geez, this guy's good. And did you rub him off?
No, but he's had. You don't get rubbed off for one season.
Yep.
I still think he's good.
The great man, 211 for Alonso.
Well, that's quite similar to somebody I just failed. I think
Yeah.
fail.
Oh.
It took him like three
No,
quarters.
it is a fail. It is a fail.
Took him 3/4 of the season to actually overtake his
Yep.
teammate.
No, fail.
Okay. Stroll, his teammate.
Fail.
139.
Yeah, no, that's just a fail. Yeah, he failed in the womb.
Okay. And
Oh, that's
We're getting
harsh.
towards the end of the season.
I regret doing this, instantly. Ocon, 202.
Fail.
Fail.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right, there you go.
Oh, so
That's
Behrman.
it.
We haven't heard from Behrman.
We haven't
We haven't
heard
heard
from
from
Behrman.
Hadjar. We haven't heard from the
Hadjar.
two Williams boys.
No, you
Williams.
haven't.
So two Williams
Two
boys in the
Williams.
top four, Behrman and Hadjar. Now, Hadjar he was in second place.
And
I
he
think
hasn't-
he was too far away. I can't remember what happened last week. Science did too well.
And he was looking at closing a gap.
Imagine
until the
imagine
puncher.
if Williams comes first and second, and Tristan
in
can't
the greatest,
say
in the greatest,
the greatest championship of them
Championship of all
all.
time.
What would you say? What will you do if Williams wins? Will you
Probably a
take
tattoo.
back all your
Probably-
bad things that you've said about them?
Maybe I couldn't get a tattoo. My gosh, I'm terrified of needles.
Even better.
Absolutely
I'll throw it
petrified.
down.
Absolutely petrified. Well, we'll find out next week, won't we? Anyway,
Does anyone know someone with a tattoo
there's your
gun we can do it?
There's your
yes,
cliffhanger.
the girl at work.
There's your cliffhanger. You know, I'll tell you a funny story about tattoos, which is not funny. It's highly embarrassing. But my lovely other half had one many years ago, and I went for moral support. And then while
You
like
fainted.
the needle was going, I was like, I have to leave this room. And I was standing out in the hallway, and the lady who works in there walks past. She goes, "Are you all right? What did you have done?" And I was like, "Nothing." I was in the room next door.
Did you faint?
Nearly.
Oh.
And then she just looked at me with disgust and walked off.
That doesn't surprise me
It's like,
one bit.
Thank you for your sympathy.
That doesn't
Anyway.
surprise me one bit.
It reminds me of the bloke at work that got a paper cut, saw the blood, and then passed out.
I did.
And knocked himself out.
I did have to go for a blood test one time too, and I went by myself. 'Cause, like I said, I'm terrified of needles. And I went by myself, and then she went to like take blood, and then I woke up next minute really dizzy, and I turned to her, I was like, "Oh, thank you." And there's all these nurses around me. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And she goes, "Oh, you fainted." And I was like, "Oh." did you take it? And she goes, no, we've been passed out by 25 minutes. I was like, oh,
God.
So
We're going to his next
can
needle.
can I go home, please? And she said, no, we have to stay here for 10 minutes before you can go.
The worst thing is this does not surprise me. I've done it for too long.
I know, I can't do blood or needles or anything like that. So anyway.
Now, we haven't mentioned the drink around the world.
Right, no.
Drinking around the world.
I know, and you have
We've-
your tea, and
We've, I know. We've
really
done,
like
you
it.
got, I think there's big ticks this week, isn't it? Wild turkey from Vegas. I didn't get anything from Vegas. I couldn't really think of a drink from Vegas other than champagne. I think we've had some sparkling wine, not champagne, but sparkling wine before. So I thought, wild turkey. It seems to be something that you do see in Vegas. I don't know. I haven't actually been in Vegas. I'd love to go. And then we're back into the tea for the round. I was going to make a drink, and I think you would have enjoyed it. It's like a mint lemonade.
I love the tea, though.
You do love this tea.
I love the tea.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
Yeah, and even Shane liked the wild turkey, I think. What do you think of the wild turkey, Tristan?
It's all right. It's not beer, so I love it.
Not offensive?
It's not offensive like most of the other things.
I thought I'd try and bring it,
you try and bring it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
cut.
cut. We're going to finish with a bang. Abu Dhabi, I don't think they got good drinks, but
I
anyway,
know.
I'll try and think of something.
Do one of your real Cirque du Soleil type get-ups, because that
okay.
generally seems to serve quite well.
Maybe I should,
Yeah.
Maybe I should make some sort of terrible cocktail for you.
Some sort
Maybe a combination of all the worst drinks of
Oh,
the year.
that's true. I'm looking at a
Is
couple
that
of
orange?
sake still here. There's that Benedictine, the orange. What was that? Oh, that was terrible.
You can have like a little tasting board. You know those jelly beans that you can get? Those are
Yeah,
gross ones.
yeah.
And you peel the label off the box so you don't know what colour. It's like vomit and
You might have to
stuff like that.
stay for the last episode. Actually, season finale.
Season finale.
Might be able to get someone to
we
pick you
have
up.
barbecue or something like that, which
yep.
would be terrific.
All right, let's get into fantasy.
Let's get into fantasy.
We lost our track.
Thank you to Chris at Dr. Auto Art. And I tell you what, we will be crowning our winners next week, Sunday, the Sunday night itself. And thanks to Chris, get around his Facebook, Instagram, Redbubble, email. It's nearly Christmas time. Legitimately, happy 2nd of December.
That's actually a
It's
fact.
actually a fact. For the first time this year, we can say that. So if you know someone who's in the market for some incredible motorsport,
Well, I tell you,
art.
I'm telling you. You know who's in the market for motorsport art?
who's that?
All of our listeners.
Yes,
So all of
and
our
us.
listeners, give the special somebody a nudge,
That's
or if you
right.
like us and our family, you buy it and say, hey, guess what? You've bought me a beautiful present, Tara.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I've got some mountain bike lights on the way. She's thrilled to know that they're coming.
Yeah.
But I tell you, she does the same thing to me. There's things on the way for her I don't know are coming as well.
I'm the same. Or I could do what Kylie does, and then as I trip over 48 boxes at the door, I can go, oh, what's that doing here? I only laid in bed last night and bought all of it purposely, and knew exactly what day it was coming while I was tracking it. But what a shock that it's here so quickly.
We've got some in the headquarters, and the Dr. Auto art is magnificent, isn't it?
And you got your Fernando, which couldn't be more appealing.
If
You
I
got Dan over
tell
there.
you what, I need an Oscar. That'll
You
be
do need an
my
Oscar as well.
investment next, I think.
Anyway, so yes, but if you're someone who doesn't celebrate Christmas, today is National Play Basketball Day. So if you like basketball, I feel that's not really your sport, Shane.
No, I won one-on-one today against the grade 4.
I was going to say,
Despite the height advantage of the grade 4 had.
I was going to say, how small is this job?
Tall than me.
They're not all vertically challenged, I guess. Yeah, Play Basketball Day. It's also World Computer Literacy Day.
Well,
So-
you've proven that with
I've
your
proven
freeze
that.
tab tonight.
I'm not celebrating that because I couldn't use my spreadsheet. That's exactly right. So, anyway, so if you like basketball and you're good at using computers, get around Chris and some of his fantastic artworks. Now, how do we go this week, fellas? And I think what we'll do, right, because I got a couple of messages from people over the last couple of days, and they said, "Hey, Tristan, we're really keen to hear what happened in Vegas because we missed that episode. We're looking forward to it most. And the thing that we were most looking forward to was fantasy." And I replied to all these fans and I said, "Thanks, Shane. I will get onto it, mate, and I'll let you know exactly. I'll let you know exactly what it is."
Tristan's running
And
humour
then-
tonight, isn't he?
I am funny.
This is good, yeah.
I am
This is
funny.
a side of you I've never
My
seen.
4-year-old tells me I'm funny. No one else does. So I'm just going to go.
Well, I
all
know
the
I
way-
got 15th last week.
You did get 15th last week. In fact, there was only one absolute failure here. And it was you, mate, being in the room with us.
It takes too long to scroll.
Takes too long to scroll, but I've found it. We are minus 44 points
For the round.
for the round. 57th
Far
is
out
where
McLaren.
you finished.
McLaren, what have you
tell
done to
what,
me?
You had an absolute mare in every way, shape,
on.
and form.
I wasn't last?
No, you weren't. Shockingly, you weren't. So you ended up with the disqualification from McLaren, which got you minus 34 as a constructor. You had minus 14 for Oscar, right? But the thing that really screwed you over was, for some reason, you had double points on Albon, and he scored less than what Oscar scored for being disqualified, and he earned you minus 34.
Goodness.
And so you ended up
gracious
minus 44 for the round in Vegas, which is just an astonishing achievement from you, mate.
Thank you.
Well done to you. I actually did surprisingly well in Vegas. How did you go in Vegas, Shane, while I quickly
Yeah, I was
looked
15th.
for one? Yeah, I
15th.
actually, because what I forgot to do, and again just totally forgot, was actually forgot to take my double off Fernando. Because I had triple.
That's what happened to me.
I had triple, but Fernando earned me heaps of points. So I ended up 32nd with 58 points because I forgot to put the double back on Oscar. So, yeah, that's how that worked. I had Mercedes with 77 points, actually. So that worked out all right for Vegas. All right, let's get to Qatar. As we look really quickly here, sorry, with the leagues. I've lost my tab scrolling through both here. All right, here we are. All right, so for Vegas, sorry, Qatar, wrong one. Qatar round looks like this. AJ Ferguson finishes in first place with 411 points. Roman Merrick is in second on 381. Rowan Murta in third place on 380. David Rojax, Adam Jackson, Chloe Anderson, Zanetta M, Dean Holt, Aaron Norton, and Dino Bandini. Just the usual household names now for fantasy, which is your top 10. I finished in 16th place with 257 points for the round. How did you go, Shane, for your
24th,
24th.
230, and I
Yes.
had a triple in there on Lando. Which,
Oh, that's all right. It was looking all right. Yeah, wasn't it? And then, if we're going down to find you, mate, 45th place, 186.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
I'm surprised. It was bloody, what's his name? Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
No wonder I was disappointed.
Hulk would have hurt, yeah. I think so. I actually lost myself 10 points because I brought Sainz in and dumped Gasly, which was probably the masterstroke of the season for me, to be quite honest. So I lost myself 10 points, but he banked 27. I had 92 as well for Oscar. But yeah, Hulk with the minus 18 would have hurt lots of people there. And then if we go to the actual league overall...
We can't forget Sam.
Oh, Sam, sorry. Where is Sam?
He was in 51st
Okay.
with 164.
Yeah, that's not Flash, is it? That's not Flash. Top 10 looks a little bit like this. And I tell you what, if Abu Dhabi's going down to the wire with Oscar and Lando and Max, then it is here on Fantasy as well. Because David Rojas, Dean Holt, and Jolyon Dyer are all jostling for that top place. David Rojas is on 5,097. Dean Holt's in second, 5,053. And then Jolyon Dyer is in third on 5,042. Andy Tails is also
not far off
kind
either.
of just there. He's going to need to do something real miraculous, or might have some chips less, but he's definitely there to pinch a podium.
He's on 5,012.
5,012, yeah. Chloe Anderson, Dino Bandini, Nicola Taylor, Roman Merrick, AJ Ferguson, and Zanetta M round out the top 10. I'm in 13th place. I don't think I'm going to break into the top 10, which is a bit disappointing. 4,399 for me, so I'm looking to finish about 13th, 14th. I don't think I can drop much further than 14th. Let's have a shocker. As we scroll down, 22nd is you, mate, 4,014. So that's not too bad.
Solid.
22nd.
Solid.
It's respectable. Respectable.
I'm at
Where are you,
30,
Shane?
36.
That's not too bad.
I actually
That's
dropped a
respectable.
spot this
You
week.
did drop a spot, actually.
Even gives me triple, anyway.
Yeah, you're on 3,759. And then if we scroll all the way down to find Sam, there's Chris at Dr. Auto Art in 50th place on 3,311. And Sam in 52nd place on 3,171. So that's
we have to think of something embarrassing
that's awful.
for the loser,
That's
don't we?
awful.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do. Yep.
yeah. In last place, just a shout out to Unimfon Udak, who was dead last.
No uniform. I haven't seen him for a long time.
No, he's down the bottom. Could be a hurt. Yeah, 1,211. So anyway, that's fantasy for the penultimate round of the season. Thanks to Chris at Dr. Auto Art.
Very good.
Jack.
News. Let's get into a quick bit of news.
Yes.
So, Adrian Newey has decided that he wants to be a team principal. Thoughts? Let's talk.
Well, he was talking, he was talking Sunday night on the grid that it's sort of, they're sharing workloads, and he's not going to be having too much of a change in his role, but there'll be a little bit of marketing, a little bit of promo that he's probably going to try and steer clear from. I don't know. I don't know it's the right call for him.
All the team principals are technical people now.
Yeah.
And, well, sorry, that's not a lie. That's a lie. Not all of them, but that's the way that teams seem to be going now.
Yeah.
And the worry is, I guess, is that they're not spending enough of their time in their area of expertise. The benefit is that all decisions are being made around technical thoughts.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if you could have two of him, it'd be a great move, because you could have one in that department and one in the other. As long as he's got time for the things that he wants to be in charge of, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
The team have to work really well with him in this moment. I wonder, I just have a little pondering if it's just another little move towards removing a certain driver by just lifting a little bit of responsibility from others around the team. I wonder whether that's just about just supporting that idea of removing a certain driver in some time. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lance Stroll removed mid-season, or stepping himself down a little bit mid-season, if things aren't going well for him in 26.
I would like to see Adrian just build this car.
Yeah, I'm with you. you brought this guru across. You don't want to waste any time with running a team.
Yeah, I mean,
he's certainly...
Yeah, he spent all of this year on this car.
Yeah.
And so the way they look at it is the work's done.
Yep.
Like, all that work's done, pretty much.
Yep.
Now it's about, rightio, let's get it in, let's start refining it, let's start testing it, let's get in the tunnel. All those bits and pieces are going to start happening.
Yep.
I guess he can do it from where he is. I'm with you both. I would prefer that he was doing that. He had somebody else there. I mean, there was talk of Horner coming in, buying a part of the team and coming in. I wonder whether that was... Someone might have said no to that. I think there might have been some people that were keen, and I wonder whether Newey is actually, as part of the reason, he stepped up so that position's not actually available.
Yeah. I just think you can find another team principal. Team principal to do that. There's plenty out there.
There's plenty
you can find someone to do a good job, and I think you have him at trackside and let him go over the car and look at the car and kind of do what he did at Red Bull, just be that right-hand man. But
I wonder if it'll end up just sort of being an equal part role a little bit. And
maybe.
I think I imagine he didn't want to have to answer to anybody. You can't imagine that Newey would be answering to anybody, but maybe he just wanted final say on a few things. Maybe you're sick of, not necessarily always having that final say, whereas now he'll get that. So, it's an interesting one. It's a really interesting one. Any other news that you want to look at?
No.
Nothing really?
No.
We're off to Abu Dhabi for the finale. It's a 12 p.m. race for us. 12 a.m. race for us.
Yep.
Midnight start.
Midnight.
Not ideal. The track is pretty cool. It's certainly just not a track for an end-of-season race. It'll be an interesting one, I think. It will be an interesting one.
Let's go through
predictions.
Let's go exact running order of the top three.
Okay. Oscar, Norris, Verstappen.
Okay.
For me. So Norris is our world champion this time next week.
All right.
Yep. And I'm okay in that world. It's not the result that obviously as Oscar fans we want, but I'm okay in that world. That's fine.
Yep.
Shane?
Yeah, unfortunately I think Lando's going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Which is very devastating after Oscar leading for so many rounds. How it's going to happen, I don't know. I'm just worried. I just really hope that, I guess McLaren, going back to your point earlier, McLaren want to win the title. Do they get Oscar to help out if he's not in the chance to win the race?
Yeah, I mean, who else Who else is in the hunt? Are you happy with, let's say they're running third and fourth, are you happy with Oscar moving over for Lando to hand him the World Championship?
No, because I'd rather see Max win it.
You'd rather see Max win another one?
Yeah, I'm not happy with that either because it flies in the face of everything that they've preached for 26 rounds.
Yeah, but if Oscar's not in the chance for win it,
That's, again, it's just everything that they've preached to
I'm
everybody.
not anti-Max.
I'm not anti-Max.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I mean,
absolutely not.
Max has had 3 other drivers move over for him pretty much for most of his Red Bull career. He hasn't needed it that often. Let's just be honest, he hasn't needed it that often. But yeah, he's had 2 teams working towards his needs for a long time. I'm okay with it. It's not what I want. It's certainly not what I want.
If we're going to throw rules out the window with 5 laps to go, then you should never have had the rules there in the first place.
Shouldn't. That is clear.
Yep.
That is very clear. What's your prediction?
Last time Andrea Stella was at Abu Dhabi in a 3-way title fight was 2010. And Fernando Alonso was his driver.
Oh, gee, really bringing it out.
Yep.
How great was that?
And Sebastian Vettel was 15 points behind. And the only time Seb led that championship was on that last lap.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, just food for thought
So
there.
what's your prediction?
My prediction.
Your prediction is Max, isn't it?
My prediction is it is going to be Max. It is going to be Max first. It is going to be Oscar second. George Russell is going to play the Vitaly Petrov role.
George is the little player in this, isn't he? Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda is going to have the night of his life, and Lando is going to finish fourth.
So Lando, you put up there. Hang on.
Yep.
So Yuki Tsunoda's just going to hold him up.
Yuki's just going to Yuki's not going to be here, but he is going to be the biggest roadblock in.
You put up the scenario. So what is?
I did.
If
right, so these are the scenarios. There is a multitude of scenarios, right? But these are the ones that I've sort of.
These are the key ones.
These are the key ones, right? So Piastri, we'll go with Max. So Max will be champion if he wins. Norris finishes fourth
or lower.
And then Oscar can just finish wherever he likes. In any other position, that finishes second or third.
Yep. Oscar isn't important in that.
Not really.
Scenario.
He can do whatever he likes, and Max will win.
The world champion.
Piastri will be champion if he wins. Norris finishes 6th or lower. That's the unlikely thing.
That's the hard part. Well, it's got to be 6th or DNF, really.
So that's where we're going to need the likes of, Hadjar's going to have to do something ridiculous, and then Kimi's going to have to play a part.
Oscar really needs a DNF.
Yeah, there's too many second-tier people.
I'm with you.
And then Max can just finish wherever he likes.
Yeah,
as well.
Max isn't important in that
scenario
that's
exactly
either
right.
because they're too close together. Yep.
And Lando simply needs a podium.
He simply needs a podium.
He just needs a podium, and it doesn't matter where the rest finish. He just needs to be first, second, or third.
Yep.
So, it's Max for me, boys. It's Max, and they're gonna drop it.
So you think that there's enough drivers that can get between Norris and Max?
It's George. It'll be the difference. And Oscar will be asked to play ball.
And he will.
And he won't play ball.
He will.
Because he'll say no.
Yeah,
he's got every right.
I just can't see Norris. There was an element of control in Norris this weekend. I think if Norris really wanted it, he would have got a little bit more.
I think it's...
Can you imagine, though, if Oscar is in, say, second spot and Lando's in...
Fourth.
Yep.
Yeah,
it would just be hilarious.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's George. It's George for me. George holds the keys.
Yeah, George is important.
Holds the keys.
George could potentially win this race.
That's George's fantastic rank.
And Mercedes aren't slouches around this joint either.
They're not gonna give a win away for anyone. For anything.
No, God no. So yeah, I mean, but that if anything, I think that almost helps Norris a little bit because Max has to get the win.
George taking him out in the first quarter.
Yeah, see, George taking him out, but if George wins, it's actually a Norris World Championship, isn't it? Because Max really has to win.
Max has to win. George taking himself out as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are other scenarios around George winning, but so it's it's an interesting one. I mean, I'd be wrapped with an Oscar win. No doubt. I'm quite comfortable with the other two scenarios.
Yep. And Yuki, for the longest hard run of his life on those tyres, he'll do...
The issue with that is there is overtaking in that scenario here.
There's 75 laps on the hards.
Yeah, I think they'll get around him. I don't think it'll matter.
Nah, but he'll be there. He'll play a huge part in it too.
Let's say that Oscar or Max win the race. When was the last time I wonder that... And then Lando becomes champion. When's the last time... They've been a champion that's won less races.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll only be less by
Interesting.
one.
That might nearly be that 2010 season.
Yeah, because it'll only be less by one. It'll be
Yeah,
they're
it won't be
all
a
on
lot, yeah.
they're
We're
all
on
on 7
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
But if it went to count back, Lando has
More second places.
8 seconds,
9,
and then
yeah.
I think Oscar has 4
Well,
and
yeah.
Max has 5.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you'd have to. I don't think they could get even on points if one of them doesn't win, could they?
I don't think it's mathematically possible to even now. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, wonderful.
Beautiful. I'm excited. Final round.
Oh, that's right. Will we quickly get into a fan frenzy because we've only got a short turnaround. We're probably going to get 2 episodes out.
Oh, okay.
Let's hit a fan frenzy.
hit
I've
fan
caught
frenzy.
you both
Oh.
on the hop. We did it the other week. It worked quite nicely.
Apologies to the people who put one in for Vegas. I might respond to you on social media with some of your questions. We might do that kind of stuff.
Sounds good to me.
All right, cool.
And to everybody throughout the year, fan frenzy has been a little bit up and down because the short turnaround between races can be a bit of a challenge. But we love the questions. We absolutely love the questions, and they give us a great deal of joy. So let's start with who? Sam? I'm going to start with Sam. I think I've got the right one. Race ranking, night shift workers, 7. Not much happened between patients, but some of the on-track action, like Piastri on Antonelli, was fun to watch. That was a good move, that one, wasn't it? I'm interested. I didn't realise Sam was actually watching on night shift. This is very intriguing.
I hope you didn't have a patient, Sam.
I like it. Well, it can't. I don't think you can really.
Watch TV.
Radiography, surely you can.
Perform.
Anyway, 3 points to science. What a drive to be amongst the Mercedes and the McLarens this late in the season. Absolutely, that's true, because sometimes you can get a jump on the season, but generally the big teams come and overtake you. It is very impressive. 2 points to Alonso, getting those points for Aston Martin near the tough end of the season. 1 point to Max. Dusted himself off after the sprint and got amongst it on the first corner. Keep the championship battle alive. You can always rely on Sam to give us some different opinions.
Yes.
I like it. Spud, Sprint Dud, Hamilton. Even if you had a poor qualifying, you didn't drag yourself up the midfield. Instead, we're surrounded by Stroll and the Alpines. Good point, Dud. Pirelli. Guys, in the days of the old 2017, you guys had the Hypersofts on one end, but you also had the Super Hards orange band that were never used. Anyway, you go through to talk about how poor Pirelli were with all of this. Come on, you got to get it together. 25 laps per tyre is just ridiculous. Come on. He makes a very good point. If you want to go into detail, go and have a read of it. Question. Obviously, emotions are running high and lots of tension considering this weekend. What's something good or relaxing, at least in your life at the moment? I'm chill as a cucumber, riding my bike around Bendigo on the bike paths, listening to my dad rock playlist. I like this. How do you calm yourself down? A little bit like the pre-race nerves. How do you calm yourself down? The Bendigo bike tracks are wonderful, and they're about to be even more wonderful, aren't they, Shane? You're very excited about the.
I'm excited about
well done, Bendigo.
Yeah, about the trail in the creek, which I ride in anyway. It's a bit bumpy, but it's a nice way to get to work, and I don't have to put up with spuds in their cars.
I'm sprint race studs.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got back on the mountain bike recently, and I've been loving it. But my other relaxation is walking my dogs at night. I wait till it's nice and dark, and I take the 2 dogs for a wander around the streets, put on a podcast, and it's just it is wonderful. It's calming. What's your way? What's your way of calming down?
I like to go for a massive walk when it's really, really hot. Like, I know it's just I enjoy like.
You are strange.
I know, but I feel like I've achieved more if I do
right.
a 10k walk when it's like 36
When
degrees.
It's proper hot.
It's proper come home and I'm like far out. That was massive. It just makes me feel good.
Okay, I like
Anyway.
it. I like it because it's different. Okay, have you got way of calming down?
Music.
Really?
Music. Yep.
Have you got a certain playlist you go to?
Depends on the need, but yeah, look, if I'm in a pretty flat or whatever, it's a crowded house, obviously favourite band.
You should hear what we're singing at our Christmas carols. Do you guys do Christmas carols at your school?
We do. I don't.
No.
What do we do?
Where Shane selected it.
No,
yeah.
I did
you
not.
go-
Hang on.
And then
it's
he
all
got the
about
vote. He got the
student
vote sorted.
voice.
He
It's
selected
about
it.
student voice.
What have we gone with? Wham's.
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, gave you my heart. The very next day,
Brilliant.
gave it away.
We have cut this song in half because it goes on a
Yes,
bit too
yes,
long.
fantastic.
Yep. It's very Shane.
I like Go Santa Go Wiggles. Go Santa Go. That's a good one.
Classic.
That's a good classic one.
Simon?
I'll go next. Simon Blackburn, race ranking of 5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Without the safety car tension of a championship, the race itself was probably the worst of the season. Done. I love McLaren, but that strategy call hurts me in many ways. Hero Sainz, absolutely shining. Driver votes, 3 to Sainz, 2 to Oscar. Great weekend all round. Glory undone by a bad team call. And 1 to Antonelli. His slip-up allowed Lando to minimise damage to the team call. Question. People are riled up, some justified, some just over the top, saying McLaren don't deserve the World Drivers' Championship. And it's very silly. The World Drivers' Championship is for the drivers, so why should either Oscar or Lando be undeserving, giving this as the team fumble? That is the issue. I can't agree with you, Simon. I certainly don't think either driver is undeserving. I think the team at time has shown that team doesn't really deserve that title in their house.
I disagree. I think they've tried something different.
It's silly. It hasn't worked.
And I think they've gone too far with it.
Yeah, way too far. Anyway, so that's that one there. Yeah, interesting question there, Simon. Shane.
Vincent Matthew, or is that Matthew Vincent? Anyway, Vincent Matthew, race ranking. Well, I went to school with a Matthew Vincent. Anyway, race ranking 6. I can't stand when the tyre distances and compounds get mandated. Fix Pirelli and bring back a second supplier. Oh, that's a really interesting. That opens a can of worms. That one
does.
McLaren really kicked an own goal on Sunday. Took a gamble on another safety car and stayed out on lap 7. At least split the strategy, then giving Oscar first choice to come in. Yes, agree. Max did well to be in there to capitalise on McLaren's errors and remain in touch for the World Championship contention. Well done to the smooth operator for another podium. On that note, Sainz 3, Alonso 2, being the best of the rest, and 1 point to Oscar for fighting back and displaying confident race weekend and staying in contention. Can't wait for the final race of the year. Hope it's a 12 out of 10 and not an interfered with by stewards and FIA putting artificial constraints onto teams.
I like your comments, Vincent. I like your comments a lot.
Very much.
We usually have a little question in there somewhere along the way, but he's done well. Appreciate the comments.
It does bring you to that tyre. Like the tyre, do we go back to 2 manufacturers? I say no.
No, I say no too. I like it still being constructors where there are differences. You don't want to go down a supplied car.
You don't want to get a tyre that becomes so much better than the other one.
That's
one
right.
or two, and it happens.
It's such a defining factor in races.
Yeah. Otherwise, what you got to do is you just got to let. If you go down that path, you got to let the tyre manufacturers make the best possible tyre they possibly can. Currently, they're not doing that. They're making tyres that go off within a certain amount of time, which is not in their interest whatsoever. It's a very challenging role to have. Like, imagine that they're trying to develop tyres that aren't the best tyres possible. Yep. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
It's a tricky role, but anyway, they should have got it better, and I probably should have read all of Sam's question about it, but tyre talk annoys the crap out of me.
I think we should ban you from reading Sam's question.
Well, no, I think it's a really good way of just sifting through a little bit. We love you, Sam. We're looking forward to having you back. Hopefully we'll get him back before the end of the season.
Yeah, well.
Which is next week.
Yeah, it is next week. And then we'll have that episode, and then we'll go on and do a season review. And our awards and all that kind of jazz. I don't think we've had anyone in for awards before.
I don't think we've ever actually done an awards.
Well,
outside of just ourselves.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well,
exciting.
No pressure on you, Shane, but
all
the pressure on you.
Yeah, well, remember we made him come up with segments?
That's right.
They were the days.
What happened? Those were those.
Good.
What happened there?
1 or 2.
Feels like a long time ago now.
Oh gosh.
It has been a long year.
I'd like. We'll give you. Come up with an award for us. Something that you want to recognise. That's your task for 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
So you have to come up with some sort of season-related award that is all yours. You can name it what you like.
Yes, I like this.
And I think
Sam, you've got one too.
Sam needs one too. So both of you, we're going to have. Well, we'll have bookends. We'll open with one, and then we'll end with one.
There you go. I like it a lot.
All right.
Alrighty, we're off to the final race of the 2025 season. There's a championship to be decided. Let the best driver win, and we'll be back to talk all about that next week. Goodbye now.